Hi guys, welcome back. Firstly, if you have noticed, probably haven't, probably not even crossed your mind at all, but if you have noticed, I've not uploaded this Wigan save or a video for quite a long time now, so I'd like to apologise for that if you care. But yeah, so sorry for that. I've had Christmas stuff, work's been busy with Christmas, so I've not had a chance to really sit down and record a video. Well, yeah, so apologies for that, and you'll probably, because it was so long ago now, probably have seen that the update for Football Manager 2020, update 20.2.0 is out. It was out on the 3rd of December, so yeah, a bit behind on this, but I'm really just getting it up because it highlights a few things which I've mentioned in quite a lot of my videos. So you've got all this like standard stuff like general stability improvements, game performance improvements, training happiness. You can read those yourself, but it's the ones at the bottom which I'm particularly interested in, and you'll have known that I moan about a little bit in my videos, but I'm happy to see that Football Manager have gone and made the amendments which was probably required. So these are the fewer shots from the byline, third from bottom there, improvements to finishing in clear-cut chance situations, and improved through ball decisions in the final third. Them three things there, really happy they've potentially improved those. I've not had a chance to even look at the gameplay yet, see how it's going. So I'll probably see that before our games because I've got a few to play before we go into the two games to do on camera. But yeah, I think we were obviously having a lot of issues where players were getting to the byline and just hitting it into the side netting or just doing stupid stuff, really, just hitting it shots when really could be squaring it. Improvements to finishing clear-cut chances. Some of them were either going out for throw-ins, going just rubbish finishing, really. You know, one-on-ones, really, you've got to be, you'd think top players be finishing them most of the time. So happy to see that they're improving that. And then improve through balls and decisions in the final third. I think that's probably the same as kind of when they're getting out wide and they could just square it in, through ball it in, and they're just doing stupid decisions. But yeah, so happy to see that. I'm miles behind this, so you've probably already seen it. But if you haven't, then hopefully that information's useful to you. Anyway, we'll get back into the Wigan save now. Hopefully the 3 games have gone well, but we'll see. So it could have gone better. Started off with Middlesbrough at home. Good 2-1 win. Was happy with that. We were 2-0 up quite comfortably and missed a penalty. Charlie Mulgrew had a bit of a shocker of a game there. They equalised. Not equalised. They got a consolation, didn't they? Got a consolation with George Saville in 92 minutes. So 2-1 there. Good result. Then it was Cardiff away. They, didn't play too well. Deserved win for them. Danny Ward with the goal, 1-0. And then a draw with struggling Millwall, 2-2. And we got quite a late equaliser there on 81 minutes. So we're scraping through games now. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 games left of the season. Honestly, I'll show you the league table now because it's been a long time and they were 4th, but there we go. So sitting in 4th, game in hand on Brentford to go 3rd. See, look, we're only 4 points, obviously the game in hand in the playoffs now. So I think that's the aim with the amount of games we've got left, and we're kind of bumbling over games now. Like there was a time when I thought we couldn't lose a game and we're just scoring goals for fun, but now it's becoming a bit of a graft. Don't know whether that's just because we were overachieving and it's kind of like evening itself out now, but we've just got to kind of hopefully win and get some points on the board to get into that playoffs. So today we are playing Reading away, who are in 12th, and West Brom away in 7th. That's a big game. West Brom in 7th, and they could 3 points there. It's a big 6-pointer. It's a classic, but it's a 6-pointer. They could easily come up and close the gap on us, or even maybe when we get to that stage, they could even overtake us. All right, so into the team. Ooh, not yet. The team for Reading. So, as usual, big Kiefer Moore up top. Jacobs, left wing, he's been out with an injury over the last 3 games, so we know how important he is, so it's good to have him back. Windass in the hole. Low right mid. Longstaff's in for Evans, who's injured for, I think, 4 weeks now. And then Morsey, Byrne, Kipri, Mulgrew, Robinson and Marshall. So same back 5 as usual. So we need to get 3 points here is probably a must just to try and consolidate the playoffs positions, because that's what we want. We want playoffs. I think automatic is, unless we go on a really good run, automatic's I think going to be out of our reach. But anything can happen, you know. Hi guys, Pino here. Basically, I think you know what's happened. I've only gone and messed the audio up, haven't I? Not only have I not uploaded in so long, I've only gone and produced the worst audio YouTuber's ever seen. So I'm going to try and savour this somehow, because I don't want to go back. I've played the 2 games. I can't go back. That's against all Football Manager rules. You know this. The results are in. I can't change those. So I'm going to do my best to kind of voice over this. It's not going to be perfect, but we'll see how we get on. Might give me an opportunity to talk about some other stuff as well. Possibly the kind of the updates and the how we're going to get on in real life. So we'll go from there, see how it goes. It's not going to be perfect. Apologies from me again, but here we go. So yeah, so keep your eyes out for any of the changes I went through earlier in the video. Like that included chance from the byline, one-on-one finishing, and through balls. So we'll keep an eye on that as the game goes on. Reading away here. They're struggling quite a bit, so it'd be great if we could get a result here. I know the result, but obviously I'm not going to tell you. Keep it entertaining for you guys. But yeah, so we've not had an update in Wigan and Paul Cook for a while either. As you probably know if you're Wigan fans, Paul Cook is still in the job, and Wigan aren't much better. Got a good result the other day against West Brom away. Was it away? I think I can't remember. It's gone out of my head anyway. Played West Brom the other day and we got a good 1-1. Well, I say good 1-1. We were 1-0 up as usual and conceded. I saw a little fact on Twitter the other day actually that if Wigan have taken the lead but been pegged back for 20 points this season, and if they'd kept on to those 20 points, we'd be currently sitting in 3rd in the league, not 2nd from bottom. But hey, there's a lot of minutes played in those games where they've pegged us back. I don't know whether it's a mental thing or whether fitness or Paul Cook tactics. I'm sure you've all got your own personal feelings on this. Whether I personally think it's a mental thing. I don't know how you kind of improve that. Maybe it is the job of the manager to kind of set them up right or make the right substitutions to kind of distill a bit of sort of mental attitude into them, and when they get to that kind of 70-80 minute mark, they're not thinking, oh, he's made the same subs, we're going to concede here, or we're doing the same thing, we're going to concede. I don't know, it's difficult when it's the mental side of sport, isn't it? So I don't know, I'm sure you've all got your own opinions on that. But yeah, so Paul Cook's still in the job, rightly or wrongly so. We've had a couple of good results recently and probably played a little bit better, but we're not picking up the points needed, and we're in a relegation scrap. January's coming up. I don't think we'll have any funds for signings in January. We spent quite a lot for Wigan, really, and that's probably what's... just looking at the chance there from Jacobs. Good save from their keeper. Yeah, we kind of spent a lot of money for Wigan this summer, and that's probably why people are so disappointed in the manager and the team at the moment, because we've actually gone and spent money and not improved. So I can understand where people are coming from. Just looking here, Burns got injured, so I've had to bring on Dujon Sterling at right back. But yeah, also, just out of interest, Wigan fans, if we did sack Paul Cook, who is it who you'd be interested in getting in? Because I can't think of any off the top of my head which I'd really like. It's difficult for a club of our size to attract decent managers, really. But yeah, any kind of, obviously make him realistic. Don't be go saying Ancelotti or whatever, who might be going to Everton, which is an interesting move. But yeah, don't be go saying Ancelotti, anyone. A realistic managerial target for Wigan. Comment below, and I'll have a look at it and reply what I think to that. But anyway, so 0-0 here in the game against Reading. We're doing all right. It's a bit of a, as you can see, it's a bit of a kind of midfield battle at the moment. Nothing much really happening. If you've been looking, I think I noticed it on when I was first going through it. I think the finishing's definitely improved. You'll see that they've had a few one-on-ones, or we've had a few one-on-ones where they've kind of not skewed it out wide, or blasted it over the bar. The keeper's had to make a good save, or it's just been tipped wide or whatever. But yeah, I think personally from these games which I've played here, it looks so much better, and big congratulations to Football Manager on that. They've obviously noticed a few people were saying there was issues with it, and they've gone out there and improved it massively. So credit where credit's due. Coming up to half time here, 0-0. Ooh, big save. See? Good 1-on-1. Keeper's guessed the right way, far post, and saved it. Just need to see out this half here, don't we? Come on. So I know the results, but I actually can't remember what's kind of happened, like who scored or what the goals were or anything. So, I remember that one. It's a lovely finish from Windass. That was where I was kind of thinking the finishing's gone so much better. Like the way he's just like slotted it in near post, quite a composed finish. Felt very realistic to me. So yeah, just takes a touch and just slots it in near post. That's a great finish from Windass. 1-0 up away at Reading. Just before half time, great time to score. So looking at that, they've got 12 shots to 10. Gone for a team talk of happy with how it's going. And we'll start the second half. Oh, smacked him in the face there, I think. You'll see Kiefer Moore's condition is right down at 69%. I think he was not fully match fit at the start of this game. You'll have probably noticed it. Oh, that soft goal to concede from Wigan there from us, but it's kind of very realistic to real life, that really. 1-0 up, good goal, and they go and equalise off a soft set piece. So 1-1 there. Kiefer Moore, you probably noticed he was probably not fit. I didn't. Just rushed into the game. So unfortunately, he's already down to 69% there. So, yeah. What I noticed this game, they were knocking it in behind us all day long here. He was offside there, but our high line kind of got caught out a bit in this game. I always try to play high line really to kind of press out. To me, pressing is still very overpowered in this game, and that's 2-1 to them. Danny Loader. Good goal. I said at the time it was good, not a good goal to concede, but as in before the update when they were getting to the byline here, look, he's got to the byline and he's done a decent cross across the box and he just headed it in back stick. That wasn't happening before the update, so fair play to that. That's pretty decent. I brought Joe Garner on here because, like I say, Kiefer Moore was blowing a bit. My fault that. Always check your team before you put them out, because it's been a while since I played and forgotten what was kind of going on with the team. It's 2-1 to Reading here. It's not looking good. I think they're mid-table, but we should be beating a team like this if we want to get promoted this season. Some big last-ditch defending. There's a running theme in this game. It's them knocking it in behind and having a very good chance. Well, we scramble defence. Look at this. In behind again. Oh, he's 1-on-1 and he's put it wide. So, another let-off for us there. But do you see what I mean with sort of way I'm saying it's more realistic? Like they're bad finishes, but they're kind of realistic. They're good saves, or they're just going wide. Last time they were literally sometimes hitting them and they were going out for throw-ins when they were 1-on-1. Like no professional footballer is going to be that bad. Apart from maybe Odalusi. If you know who Odelusi is, big up Odelusi. He is an absolute legend for once being through on goal and half volleying it out for a throw-in. That's all he ever did for us, by the way. Oh, again, last-ditch defending here. Reading are just piling on the pressure. Dominated us, really. Robinson on the counter. I've noticed, I think I've made a mistake and left Robinson up front when we have defending set pieces. I don't know how that's happened. Anyway, I changed tactics here to a 4-2-2-2 because I felt like we just needed to do. I couldn't make any more subs. Didn't realise that at the time. Wanted to try and get the ball forward quicker, go more direct because we weren't winning the midfield battle. So I thought, let's just skip the midfield, get it up to the strikers. Classic 4-4-2 almost. 4-2-2-2. But yeah, so I ended up keeping Windass deep line forward. So I kind of kept him up there. Plays there for Wigan at the moment and does a good job. So here, got more attacking. In possession, I took off the overlaps. Yes. Come on, Pino. Yeah, there it is. So I took them off to kind of, because we're just changing our tactics totally here, throwing it forward, hoping to get something out of it. And we'll see if we can get a goal back with that. Again, because I've kind of, wingers are staying up and the field's got less men in there, I've brought the Sterling back to a support wing back as well instead of attack. So we'll see how that goes for us. 70 minutes on the clock, 2-1 down. Oh, and there it is, 3-1. I think at the time I was saying we're probably not even going to get a chance to see these tactics in full effect because they'll probably go and score. And John Swift swoops in. Look, I think the problem with me changing the tactics there, I'll be honest, is that I kind of emptied the midfield and they were dominating the midfield anyway, so they only just went and did that even more. So they got time and space to just pass it around and cross it in. So that guy who crossed it in there for John Swift had all the time in the world and they've finished it and punished us, really. See, look, they're just passing it around, really. We're not getting near them. 3-1. I've tried a bit of a get creative. last bit of hope there. Last throw of the dice. Get creative and see if anything happens with that. Windass on the counter here. He's got space. Taking him on the outside, but it's a good tackle by Miazga? Don't know. But I'm surprised how Reading are doing. I quite like their team. Maybe in the future I could do a sort of Reading save. They've got quite a few ballers, really. That Ajaria from Liverpool's a good technical player, but he is only on loan, so I guess you'll lose him eventually. Massey it in the byline, tried to square it, and Liam Moore's dealt with it comfortably. Massey through again. Can he finish? Ridiculous tackle that. I don't know how he got the other side of him to block that, but he did. Anyway, coming up to the final minute here. 94 minutes on the clock. All additional time's been played. And you'll see it's been booted forward. And there's the final whistle. Bad defeat there to Reading. You'll see they dominated there. Look at the stats. 23 shots to 12 and 58% possession. Just looking at their team here, just kind of talking about what I just talked about, I thought they got a few good players there. Zajaria looks decent. Liam Moore looked like a very good player there for this level. Good all across the board. Still only 27, so he's a good player. I believe I was far from pleased with what I saw from the team there. So, and here we go. Just looking at the league table, they're playing West Brom next. They could close the gap on us to 1 point. So it's a big game. Windass fortunately injured 4 weeks, and Nathan Byrne for 3 weeks. So we've got West Brom next. Massive, massive game if we want to kind of consolidate playoffs. I think automatic is definitely out of reach. Well, I'm saying definitely, still 10 games left, but I've kind of got the feeling where the slump is coming, that Football Manager slump, and we're kind of scraping through games. Like, I think midway through the table when we were kind of bossing it and doing well, like we would have beat that Reading team easily, but it's not going quite like that right now. Alan Hutton injured. Don't know how, because he hasn't played a single minute since that terrible performance for us in the first game of the season. Don't know if he's got injured putting the cones out or what, but yeah, I told you he'd never play for me again. Beat West Brom last time at home. This is a way different sort of game. So yeah, just need to make some changes here. Windass, I've took out and putting Gelhardt in the hole. Put him as a shadow striker. That doesn't usually work for me, shadow striker. I don't know if anyone else has tried it and got it to work, but for me it doesn't usually work. But I thought I'll give it one more go. It's he favours playing that when he plays in the holes, so I wanted to see how he does doing that. I brought in Joe Williams in centre mid as a box to box. He's just got a bit more legs about him, bit more defensive nous as well than Longstaff. I don't think Longstaff had a very good game against Reading. I didn't see him really touch the ball. He's not been as good as I would have hoped really this season, Longstaff, but he is very young still, so it's quite a big ask. So yeah, that's the team. Kind of not much different apart from Gelhardt and Joe Williams in for the injured Windass and Matty Longstaff. A few tired lads there, as you can see in their conditions, but I wanted to try and put my best team out for this one with it being a ball game. It's a 6-pointer, isn't it? Like, if they win, they close the gap on us. If we win, we kind of stretch the gap, and it's going to be important. Right, so here we go. Big game. Mulgrew fizzing one out, and they've started with an attack. That Pereira is a very good player. If you watch the Championship a lot, which I think a few of my viewers do because they're Wigan fans, you'll see that Pereira bossing it. Oh, it's a naughty tackle by Sterling, but they've played on and straight into Marshall's hands. So yeah, the news that Everton are apparently getting Ancelotti. That's an interesting one from them. I'm interested to see how you kind of think about what you think about that, whether it's going to be the right decision for Everton. He's obviously a top manager. Like, everything he's won he's got an incredible record wherever he's been. But he has only kind of managed the best teams in the world, really, hasn't he? Apart from Napoli, where he was sacked recently, didn't do that well. So to go from managing your likes of AC Milan, etc., when the team they had, to Everton with Mason Holgate and Tom Davies in centre mid. So if he's going, they must be promising him probably both, a big wage for himself and a big transfer, a war chest they call it, don't they? A big war chest for January, because he needs to improve that squad somehow. They've not got the players kind of... definitely not the strength in depth anyway. So I think it's going to be quite a good move for Everton. It's from the options they had of David Moyes and Duncan Ferguson, as well as he's done with bringing in a bit of aggression, a bit of fight back. he's not really what Everton want to kind of take them forward. They need kind of that next step up of manager, and Ancelotti's definitely that. So it'll be interesting to see how he gets on anyway. I think it's almost confirmed with Sky. But yeah, so let us know what you think about that one as well. This has kind of turned into a let's talk football with Pino, hasn't it, instead of the Wigan save. But yeah, we'll get back into the game now. It's 0-0. We've had an alright start here. You've seen probably the chances they've been having there, and we've kind of been last ditch defending. Oh, lovely ball through by Lowe. Gelhardt skips past. Oh, it's a big save. That was a lovely slip ball through. Gelhardt got it on his left foot and tried to just bend it in the foul corner, but it was a good save from their keeper. That was a nice ball by Lowe. Like the through ball changes, I've not seen any of them before, but the way he just kind of slipped it through was lovely. Absolutely lovely. Getting a bit of control here. Sterling's crossing is not the best. He kind of just either blasts it to the far post or hits the first man. Oh, and they're through. Big save again from Marshall and last-ditch defending. Gelhardt getting back there as a shadow striker to block the cross for a corner. Whee! Harper's just blasted it over into Rosed. Kipre. It's a dodgy ball, but Lowe's got onto it. Lowe. Oh, he sneaked through. Oh, he's put it through the keeper's legs. That was enjoyable. Look at enjoyable one at the time. He kind of just bundled through and then just toe poked it under the keeper as he came out. Lovely little goal. Well, lovely is probably a bit too far. It was a bit scrappy, but it was just nice the way he tucked it under the keeper into the bottom corner. 7th goal this season for Lowe. He's done all right. That takes us up to 3rd currently on 68 points, equal with Blackburn. And takes us 7 points from 7th, keeping us in the playoffs. So looking at the stats there, coming up to half-time, they are dominating. 15 shots to 6. Possession, we've got a little bit more possession, but they've definitely had the better chances. Yeah, it's happy with the boys so far, so told them that in the dressing room. Just looking there, there's a few. Jacobs on a 6.4. He's not done really that well since he's come back from his injury. Because he was one of our main men before then, getting us the goals and assists, but not hit the ground running. Some nice star jumps on the bench there, if you can see those from the West Brom boys. Just keep him warm. Chris Brunt, Mulgrew did well, but and again, good play by Mulgrew that, and it's out to Lowe. Lowe hitting the byline, getting a cross in. Williams, tough header from there to be fair, but good play by Lowe to get to the byline and get a little cross in. Sterling's crossing is not the best, is it? Oh, they're in behind again. Sahori and Marshall saves us. You'll see there's a running theme of West Brom kind of getting in behind, and Marshall's been getting there and saving him. He's good at one-on-ones, to be fair. He's getting on a bit, so I don't know if he'd be good enough for the Premier League. I don't think any of this team would be good enough for the Premier League, so I'm very worried actually if we do get there. Could probably be one of the worst teams to ever grace the Premier League this, but hey, we're a long way off that still. Got at least playoffs to do. West Brom in behind again to Zahora. He's gone for a little weird chip shot, but Wasn't troubling Marshall, had it covered. Just going, oh, no, I was tempted with a shout there, wasn't I? But didn't go for it. Apologies for this format again. This is kind of all I could do to save the episode, really. We've already played the 2 games. Oh, and again, Marshall saves Pereira 1-on-1. Here, I think I was talking about the way they were getting in behind all the time, so I wanted to kind of bring the 2 fullbacks back to kind of give support to the centre halves. Jamal Lowe was a bit tired, so I brought him off for Massey. And it's like I'm watching it like you boys. I've not a clue what I do next, to be honest. I've forgotten already. So yeah, just the one change there. Massey for Lowe. And move the fullbacks back a little bit. I didn't want to bring the whole defensive line back because I thought that would bring on a bit of added pressure. Just look at that last-ditch defending there. You can see they're really pushing now for a goal. Look at the stats. Brunty with his left foot wand. Oh, hits someone in the nose and bounces out for a throw-in. Oh, and forgot about this. Kipre on his second yellow takes out Charlie Austin, brings us back down to 10 men. 1-0 up, 61 minutes, down to 10 men against a good West Brom side. It's not what we needed. Put Gelhardt up front, advance forward, and put Shea Dunkley on as the centre half. Put the tempo up to standard. I didn't actually know that my tempo was that low, to be honest. I think that I'm going to look at that tactic, but I don't really know whether to change it now. Here is when I decided to bring the defensive and line of engagement lines down, because with 10 men, we didn't want to leave too much space in there for them to play. They're already a good side, so I needed to bring them back and kind of close the spaces up in midfield. Change distribution, and I kept it at flanks because that's kind of where we've got our pace with Massey and Jacobs. So I thought if we're going to clear it to the flanks to them boys and hopefully we'll try and get something. So this is a big 30 minutes for us here. We need definitely not to lose this game. We need either a point just to keep them at bay from catching us, or a win would be even better just to kind of get a bit further ahead, get closer to that playoff spot. Marshall clears it to Jacobs, that's what I mean. And out to... it's Brunt's dealt with it. That Pereira's just running riot. Left foot crossing to Austin, he's headed over the bar. It's absolute cosh here. It's only been 5 minutes since that red card and it's already been a few chances for West Brom. Robinson with a deep cross. Massey with the volley. Oh, that was just as good as the first time I saw it. Offside, but that absolute techers. Like Van Basten at the far stick there. Look at this. Robinson, he is offside. Confirmed by the lines there. And unreal technique. So sweet. So sweet. To 72 minutes. Dunkley with a big win. Harper's got it in behind for Matt Phillips. Oh, he's dragged it wide. They've ruined some chances here because 27 shots they've had now, but only 6 on target. And again, blocked. I think that hit their own man twice in the face then. Charlie Austin just getting his big noggin in the way. And he was offside. Another let off. Need to make another change here. Put Gelhardt at left mid, and I've brought Joe Garner on as a pressing forward, just because to kind of hassle them a little bit for the last 15. We're holding on here, so I just needed some legs on to do anything really. Give us half a chance. Wave and wave of attacks from West Brom. We're dealing with them so far. Oh, just about. Whether that's them missing the chances or us defending well, I'm not so sure. Gelhardt on his left foot whips one in. Massey with the header. Oh, it's dropped in. I couldn't believe that. Like, it looked like the worst header I've ever seen. Either it was just going to drop onto the top of the goal or into Johnston's hands, but he got it all wrong and it's dropped in, barring in. Gelhardt on left mid here's great cross from him. And Massey's just... Is that a keeping error? I think it's got to go down as a keeping keeping error. 2-0. What massive goal that is. I can't even describe how much we needed that from holding on. Still 5 minutes to go though with 10 men. Ooh, and Pereira's... So they're not hitting the target in those chances. 33 shots for them now. We're holding on. Austin with the header off the bar. I know, guys. It's looking like a smash and grab, isn't it? We've not deserved anything here. West Brom just having a last... I thought he was offside there when he turned, but apparently not, and they've got the corner. 30 seconds to go now. Surely we've got this one somehow. They've got a corner, but it's only going to be a consolation or anything this, so we can safely assume that we've won this. And there it is, full time. What a smash and grab. 36 shots to 10. Only 8 on target to 4 on target. And they had more possession of 54. Man of the match was their lad Raheem Harper. We had a few good performances there. Dujon Sterling got 7.1. Mulgrew 7.1. Marshall was incredible. Definitely deserved higher than 7.2 there. But they're always a bit harsh with the keepers, aren't they? Yeah, gave them a lot of praise for that because I was quite proud of them. Kipre banned for 1 match. And Morsey's fitness. So there we go. League table, 68 points after 36 games. We are 7 points from second, so that's not looking likely. And 7 points from 7th. So I couldn't have asked for much more really at this point. Really happy to be in this position. I'll take playoffs, of course, but there's still a long way to go. 10 games left and only 7 points, so anything could happen. Just looking at the fixtures here. I'm going to play the Luton, Huddersfield and Blackburn game. Then we'll come back on camera, hopefully better this time, and you'll actually have some proper audio for the Stoke and Brentford. Then I'll go away again for the QPR, Barnsley and Hull, which will set up the finale, 2 games, Charlton and Fulham. So hopefully when we get to that stage for those last 2 games, we'll be in a bit of a battle for either playoffs or automatic. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. I know the episode wasn't great. I apologise for having to do the voiceover and messing up the original audio. But if you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching it all the way through and continuing the journey with Wigan. So let's hope for good performances over the next few games and we can maybe get promoted. Thanks again, guys, and see you next time.